right now we have this Buddha nature as our essence, but because we are presently still caught up in this process of causation and afflictive emotions, and very self-centered, self-oriented, and we don't recognize that nature. And at the same time, we have this extraordinary life where we have some faith in that nature, in the possibility of actualizing that nature, as was done by Buddha Shakyamuni and many thousands of men and women since that time till now. And that all took place, that awakening took place through the removal of those karmas and afflictive emotions. And those individuals that attain awakening, like Buddha Shakyamuni and others, underwent many great they had a great effort, great amount of effort and diligence and compassion in order to attain awakening. Many, many lifetimes of very difficult practice, very difficult undertakings for that purpose, even spending much more incredible amount of difficulties in a life just to hear one or two words of the Dharma. We have this extraordinary opportunity in this human life, having encountered the teachings and have some measure of diligence and interest in accomplishing those teachings, but nonetheless we're quite busy. And a practice such as Nyung-Nay is very well suited. It's a very wonderful opportunity to accomplish so much of the removal of those karmas and afflictive emotions in a very short length of time. Like 2 days on Nyung-Nay is 2 days of practice. So it's very well suited for people like us that are kind of preoccupied and occupied with a lot of meeting a lot of demands that we have on our lives. So we don't have to give up so much to accomplish so much. In 2 days. The Nyung-Nay itself, we could say there's 2 aspects. One is to each day we take the vows, what are called the sojong ordination. Sojong ordination are taken as a way of sort of refreshing or resetting our intention and our frame of mind, our outlook, and renewing our commitment. And that's on the one hand. On the other hand, it also acts to purify any of the flaws of keeping those commitments that come with us from the past. And then the main practice within the context of maintaining that set of 8 vows is to meditate on Avalokiteshvara, the form of the Bodhisattva of compassion. And that's what makes up the heart of the practice of Nyung-Nay, is practicing the mantras, praises, and meditation of Bodhisattva of compassion, Avalokiteshvara, in the 1,000-arm form. And so just to be able to relate or to think about Chenrezig is to begin to connect with not only all of the compassion of all Buddhas, all the Buddhas of the past, all the Buddhas that ever will be, that compassion is expressed or embodied in Avalokiteshvara, and that is the compassion of our Buddha nature that we're beginning to relate to. So it's a wonderful opportunity through the power of that practice, through the power of the lineage of that practice of the Nyung-Nay, to begin to erode away in a very direct and thorough way our habit of this self-clinging. At this, we're going to undertake 8 Nyung-Nays during the month of Sagadawa, and for Buddhists that's a very sacred month. On the 8th day of Sagadawa, Sagadawa means the fourth lunar month. On the 8th day of the 4th lunar month was the birth of Buddha Shakyamuni, the 4th of the 1,000 Buddhas that appeared during this fortunate eon. And then 30-some years later, on the full moon of that same month of Sagadawa, Buddha attained, or what do you say, Siddhartha attained Buddhahood, enlightenment, and became Shakyamuni Buddha. And then 50 years later or so, in that same month, on the full moon also, he finished his stay in this world and passed into parinirvana. And so so that month, of that 4th month, and particularly the full moon, commemorating the Buddha's enlightenment and parinirvana, is a very powerful month. And just like if we do certain things in certain places, they have more power. And likewise, if we do things at certain times, they have more power. And so, particularly in the tradition of the Nyung-Nays, it's spoken of how, especially if it's your first time to do a Nyung-Nay, but the best time to do Nyung-Nay is in the month of Sagadawa. And so our 8 Nyung-Nays, the last of the 8 sets, is on that full moon of Sagadawa. And there is a tradition of doing 8 sets, and you say, why we do 8 sets? I say, because we can't fit more in at that particular time, which would be wonderful. There's also a tradition of doing 108 sets of Nyung-Nays. And even in our Trongay tradition, our Trongay lineage in Tibet, many individuals would just undertake doing Nyung-Nays as kind of a lifestyle. Which after you do 8 Nyung-Nays, it does occur to you that this could be a lifestyle. But it's it's one traditional way of doing it is 8 Nyung-Nays. It takes 16 days. So out of a whole year, to do 8 Nyung-Nays, to spend 16 days doing this practice and taking the ordinations, again, it really creates a very pure-hearted kind of compassion. You know, it's I think the Nyung-Nay is really, when we do Nyung-Nays, we really find our compassion. That's one of the, we could say that that's one of the outcomes or purposes of a Nyung-Nay.